Hey, welcome back to Namaste and No Way.
Welcome.
Hello.
We are super excited to introduce you to a guest today. Today we have Monica Martin on the podcast. And yeah,
I am more excited to be here, so thank you for inviting me.
absolutely. So I've known Monica for like maybe a year and a half-ish. I don't know, time flies by. But she is the founder of this amazing place in Situate, Massachusetts, where we're recording right now, called the Minot Center for Connection
And awakening.
and Awakening.
It's
And
the cutest little space too. If you
Yeah,
ever have a
it's-
chance, come and stop on in because it's so cute.
Oh,
Yeah,
you guys
it's
are so sweet.
awesome. Yeah. So, Monica's here today to talk about a lot of things, human design. And one thing we were just talking about that we were super curious about, because Melissa and I had no idea, is a water fast.
Well, yes, when they were like, oh, what do you think you should talk about? I'm like, well, I actually have a lot of things to talk about. Should I talk about my water fast right now?
Yes.
Yes,
yes. Tell
definitely.
us everything.
So, well, first, I'm very excited to be here. We are at Minot Mist here, and this is a center for, excuse me, my dog, connection and awakening. And what this center is a shared space to come home to yourself, a space where we can come into our space, our sense of being, our sense of presence, and our sense of purpose and passion. And we have all these different rooms. It's really designed around collaboration. It's designed around education
Yeah.
and learning to really trust and follow your own sense of self or your spirit guides, and develop whatever's coming from you, workshops, whatever that might be. But the space is offered to, to be in connection with others and collaboratively create. So I just wanted to start with that because it pertains to, when I mentioned water fast, I happen to be on day 4 of a water fast, which means I haven't been eating anything since. Luckily, we had Thanksgiving the day before I started it, but I'm drinking water only. And the reason that I decided to do this, I've done some sort of mini fast. This is a 5-day intentional fast. And when I say intentional, my intention is to bring me closer to my divine guidance. So that my body is going through a process. We all are, actually, because we are moving through a very significant electromagnetic field right now where we are going through a lot of change, and it is not easy. I mean, for me, I have been feeling just a lot of emotional overload, nervous system breaking down. I'll go through cycles of that. And
What is that from? Like, what is that electromagnetic pull? What is that from? Because
Well,
I'm feeling that too.
okay.
I think a lot of people are.
It is from the universe that this planet resides in. So
Okay.
essentially, imagine the Earth, right, has been thrust into has been thrust, let's just say upward, even though it's not really upward, but through the planetary shifts that have been occurring, we are moving through a very, very significant shift in this energetic field that we live in. Now, when I say that, everything is energy. So every single thoughts, things that you see, things that you can touch,
Totally.
right? It's
Yeah.
Everything
all-
has energy. Yeah.
Everything is energy. So we have been in a, call it, lower vibrational energetic field, which just means that lower doesn't necessarily mean worse, but it just means that we have been, our energy has been we've been operating in an atmosphere where the energy is vibrating at a lower speed. So what's happening is we have, because it's the planet, so the planet itself essentially has gone through, and it's almost like an operating system upgrade where the frequency of energy is moving faster. And it's caused by all of the planetary shifts that happen within the galactic, within our galactic universe. So it's the relative space of where Earth is located relative to all of the planets,
Like
et
the
cetera.
alignment of it.
The alignment.
I feel like too. I heard that like 7 planets are in retrograde right now, which is so insane.
Some came out.
Yeah,
So
thank
you may
goodness.
feel
Yes,
some
but
relief.
like this past
I definitely
month,
did.
This past
oh my
month, it
gosh.
was
Oh,
a
yeah.
nightmare, and
Yeah.
then I realized and
Yeah.
read about it, and I was like, "What is going on?"
So
Yeah.
this is, so yes, November was very challenging. I mean, I had
Yes.
a breakdown. Let's see, when was
Yeah.
that? Like a week and a half ago, maybe, a literal breakdown. And that was what it is it's happening for my highest good, right? It's simply, things within my body that, all of this, mental, mind, monkey mind, emotions that are coming up, and it's energy that's been held within my body that is coming up to be released. And why it's released or how it's released is through emotional triggers, and also caused by the integration of these higher frequencies.
Right.
So the higher frequencies cause the chaos.
Right.
So you see
The energy shift.
it causes the chaos.
It's like clearing out almost,
Yeah,
right? Can
almost.
the higher energies not come in if like the densities are still
Ex-
there?
Yes.
Sort of,
Yes,
yeah.
is cool.
that's exactly
Yeah.
right. So it's a clearing out, a flushing out, a cleansing of sorts. It is not comfortable, but it is the process of basically human evolution that we are, going through. And we have been for several years, for a long time. Since 2012, it's the convergence of, there's been a lot of planetary, significant shifts, almost like a 2020, look what happened in 2020. 2020 was like shut down, everybody stop, everybody pause, because we have to basically change our entire way of being. And that's happening for us.
like a reset almost.
It's happening for us.
And yeah, and I feel like Minot missed too, like part of like what's really cool about it is that for so many people these things are happening, but they have no awareness, right? Like you just feel like, oh my
Like,
God,
what's
my whole
happening?
life is
My
falling
life is
apart.
falling apart,
But like what
literally.
Minot missed is like offering this like place to come and like just even like explore it. Like you're not saying
Right.
like, hey, we have all the answers, but it's just like this space where you can like really connect with other people going through similar things.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And yes, this is described, what the human being is going through is an awakening. It's an awakening to the divine spirit, that we are connected to. So yes, Minot Mist is here to come into that sense of being, that sense of calm, that sense of stillness, so that we can hear the divine guidance that's guiding us. Because where we've been, what we've been guided by is our mental mind. And the mind is it kind of loops, right? And it goes through a lot of looping patterns, but it's when you're operating through your mind, essentially, you are operating within your lower being, and you're not really opening yourself up to hearing from your higher self, your spirit guides, your divine essence, where you came from, because we each came here with a soul mission. This is the essence of of my belief and what I understand is that my soul mission happens to be, I became aware of this in 2020, that my soul mission was to open up a space where people can come into just to be like what you said, Megan, to and because there is so much turmoil that we go through. And for me, my journey of awakening to this soul that's been like, it's very challenging. It began in 2016, but there was no place I could go. There was no place I could go for help. I couldn't even go to a therapist. Like, what is going on with me? I actually knew what was going on with me because my soul was telling me. I was being educated by my soul, by my higher self, whatever you want to call it. So I knew I couldn't go to a hospital, even though sometimes I felt like I really need help. Like, I really need help. I would go walk in the woods and just, I learned how to follow on this path.
Like connect with nature or like your higher self.
Like trust what was happening.
Yeah.
And just trust in the whole process. But then I was like, there needs to be a place where people can just come.
Like a safe space. Yeah.
A safe space. Yeah.
So you created what you needed
Yeah.
at the time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like whenever I come here, I feel like a very sense of calm. Like it's very, like when you walk in here, it's very calming, like space. I feel that. I felt it the first day I walked in,
That's
you know?
awesome.
I mean, and your dog helps too.
Yeah.
But I feel like people need that.
People need that. Yeah.
And no matter what you believe, it's a nice place to come, like whatever your beliefs are, to feel like you can believe whatever you want and have a safe space to like be open to whatever you're
and
seeking
to connect with others.
Yeah.
That
Totally.
are on this journey.
That are on a path. And just being like curious too. I feel like people that are drawn here just are like generally curious about what's happening and like what
I know
their
for me,
soul's
I was
mission is.
totally curious. When I spoke with you, I was like, she's so like cool and like a little out there, but I liked it because I was like, it kind of resonated with me a little, you know what I mean? Especially the human design stuff. I was very into that.
Yeah.
I want to ask you also though, after you're done your water fast, what comes next? Like, so you're ending your water fast
I'm
and what?
on day 4 of this.
So tomorrow.
This water fast. So tomorrow's day 5. That itself has been I just drove down from Maine this morning because I ended up staying up there because it's really a lot of internal work that I've been going through during this water fast, because the body, you're going through actually a reconstruction of your, there's a lot of different things, but mental clarity. The reason
You feel like it cuts out the noise?
cuts out the noise.
Okay.
My whole intention. So you have to really know intentionally, why am I doing this? It's not to lose weight. It's not to,
It's to find clarity.
Find clarity and just find that God essence. We really connect with that divine essence that is guiding me forward. And that was my reason. I was like, I am doing this because I need that to be clear. I want that to be clear. So tomorrow, there's been, it's like, I drink coffee every day. So like the first 2 days, headache, you can handle it. And then this morning I actually woke up in a bit of a, like, I don't know, it was almost like almost a mini panic in a way. And I lied on the floor after I got up, and I had planned to do some work, but I didn't. I just said, no, you got to just be. And I lied on the floor, and my body settled down. I'm not really that hungry right now. I have had, I think on day 2, maybe I was like, oh, I'm hungry. But it's your mind that is really telling you, feed me, I'm hungry, because it's in a repetitive pattern.
Yes.
I'm not saying we don't need food. We do need food, but we have been training our bodies to eat, on a certain schedule or eat certain foods that aren't necessarily, well, think about the energetic shift. this is actually the big thing, is that this energetic shift is a big, big deal, right? And so the energy, because I'm all comprised of energy. The energy that comprises me now is different than the energy that comprised me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 2 years ago. So it requires different
things.
foods. That's the thing. So how do you change a
Routine,
pattern, a routine?
right.
It's not easy. I
Right.
get like, we get addicted to things or
Yes.
whatnot.
Totally. Yeah.
So for me, it's like I gotta cut it all out. There's so many reasons.
And listen to your body, what it
listen
needs.
to my body, and it's like there's some type of reconstruction process apparently, because I'm not a scientist necessarily, but it resonates with me. Of course, that would make sense, that it's going to clear out things that I know aren't good for me that I've been eating
And that your body doesn't need.
and my body doesn't need. So after the 5 days, I'm debating as to whether to remain a few days on liquids, and maybe there's a cleanse recipe that I had been introduced to that's lemon, water, maple syrup, and cayenne pepper. So I could.
I've actually done that.
You
before.
have
Yeah,
done that
yeah.
one?
I've done that one.
Okay.
It was like honestly after I had my daughter, but
Okay.
I
And
want to
how
say there
long
was
were you on
ginger in
that?
it too. Like 4 or 5 days.
Oh wow.
Because I wanted to lose weight after, and I had stopped breastfeeding and I was like worried I was going to gain weight. And I mean, it did work and it did reset my body. Cause like I'm all for the cleanse and like resetting things.
Right.
And like, it did help.
Yeah.
And it did make me realize like what my body needed. Like I didn't eat like a ton of meat before. And like, I did realize that we kind of need meat sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't eat a lot of meat now, but
Right.
at
You
the
needed it
time
then.
I needed it maybe to bring back the nutrients that my body had
Yeah.
lost from having a baby. Like I never ate red meat before. And I ate red meat like after I did that.
Your
So
body was calling for it.
yes.
See, that's
and I lost a lot of blood also. So I was probably iron deficient,
Right.
which that's the red meat. So, I wouldn't even like crave any red meat or anything like, cause I never
Yeah.
ate it. But after that I was like, I kind of want a hamburger. Like it was very weird. But it's like that kind of resonates with what you said with your body telling
hear
you
it.
what you
You
need.
could hear it more clearly.
Yeah, I'm thinking, my body will, my subconscious body. So you had mentioned human design, but I'm coming into, we are coming into this alignment of our human design. And human design is the science of differentiation. It's basically we each are a unique design. We're like snowflakes, right? So no two people are the same. And in the creation of the design is dependent on the time of our birth and the specific in the time of our birth and while we were in the womb. So there's an inner design, a subconscious design to us that happens while we're in the womb, and then there's a outer design, our conscious side. So when we come out. And so we come out into this society and we essentially operate as we grow up in the society according to our conscious design. And we are in the process here of actually with this evolution that I'm speaking about of coming into our inner selves, our inner design. And so those two actually work together. But just back to human design, we each have a different type of energy. This was a system that was channeled by a man named Ra Uru Hu back in 1987. And interestingly enough, so that year was a very significant year in terms of planetary convergence, right? So he channeled this system that is extraordinary. And if you look up if you find out what your human design is.
Is this the so you do an exercise here with the round, like almost like it looks like a sundial or something?
Yeah, we have printouts of body graphs.
Yeah.
That
And
you've seen.
like, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And like, I was very into it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like,
I'll do a reading for you.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you know what type, like, I don't even know the specifics, but that's like you're a generator. I mean, a manifester.
Manifester.
You're
yeah.
a manifester?
I'm a manifester.
Okay.
I know
Yeah,
that.
that's all. Yeah. but
That's
not,
all I
like,
know.
Yeah.
All the other details.
And my wife is a generator.
You're a full manifester.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so is my daughter, because she's
Oh
born on my
goodness.
birthday.
My son's a manifester.
Yeah.
And we were born 12 hours exactly apart,
Oh,
which is
wow.
really weird.
Yeah. Wow.
On the same day.
Yeah. So manifester is actually a relatively rare type.
Oh,
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
okay.
Very rare.
10%
right?
of the population or so
Okay.
are manifestors.
Yeah.
And so each type, it's your aura. It's in, you have, so your strategy as a manifestor is to inform people, because you are designed to just act, go, whatever you want to do. Like, that's what you're meant to do. But the strategy is to inform, is because, it sort of just helps to keep you sort of in good relations with others, is my understanding of that. Like what you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. And my son's a manifestor, and I can see that in terms of he is just going to be doing what he's doing.
Like laser focused.
Laser focused.
Yeah.
And does a lot of things. And right. And so he's just designed to just go. I'm a generator. Do you know what you are?
I'm a generator.
She's
Okay.
a generator too. And so is my wife.
So generators are basically designed to wait,
Oh, really?
essentially.
To respond,
To
right? Yeah.
respond,
Yeah.
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 I feel like they plan though. They're very planful, and they're like kind of taking their time to like.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not like a just do it.
No,
Like Nike
no,
campaign,
because you
like,
have to
no,
have all
not
the
us.
moving pieces
Right. Right. And
because you don't want to fail.
It's so we're designed to respond to the energy that is coming from not from our mental mind of like, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And that's where we get tripped up. It's
Yes.
because we're designed to respond from our sense of passion.
Mm-hmm.
And so if
excitement,
we
yeah.
don't get that, for me, it requires a lot of patience.
Yep.
Right, because we are guided by spirit when we're on our highest path, right? When we are kind of moving forward, on our highest path, we're guided by spirit, guided by, this God essence, whatnot. But we have been living in a society that has
Right.
not trained us that way.
They've trained us to like override
At
it.
all.
Yeah. It's like
At
the
all.
opposite.
They've trained us the
Yeah,
opposite.
To
Yeah.
override it.
It's
Totally.
opposite.
Yeah.
So it's very challenging right now, because that's what this energetic shift is actually doing for us. This high frequency energy that's coming in, it's flipping us around
Like upside down.
100%.
Yeah.
Like not even, it's
Yeah.
not even close to, there's no similarities, basically.
Yeah. There's like no like guidebook or like, yeah. And things that feel normal to our nervous system that feel safe, like are not the way forward. I think too, is
Right.
like a lot of people are falling back in to
Right.
patterns. But I think too, just having the human design information can be
Oh,
so helpful.
it's so
Yeah.
helpful.
And you can make a lot of like, I
So
had a
where do
really
we
hard
find
time.
that information?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, where you find that information, I mean, there's people that do human design readings.
You should do it.
I do human design
Oh,
readings.
you do?
Yeah. I do workshops here.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But you can find it online. I mean, it's easy to find online,
You can
Yeah.
do like a free, to like get your basic
Yeah.
information. It can be super overwhelming, to be fair. Like
There's a lot of
yeah.
information.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's so fascinating. Did it resonate with you when you
I mean, when I read it, I was like, oh my God, this is so me. I did like, I think a free, I don't know, because my wife actually told me to do it. She's like, I want to know what you are. I'm like, what? Because they did it at her job. And I was like, oh. And then
they
I was
did
like,
it at her job?
yeah, she works at Biogen.
Okay.
And like literally that's where
Oh,
I
so
feel like they were
It's
doing
very
like a
progressive for
management.
corporate,
pretty
because I feel like in corporate
advanced.
it's usually like a DISC assessment or
well,
like
they
something
also did
similar, but,
Myers
like,
Briggs there
Myers-Briggs,
too.
yeah.
And I found out I'm also one of the rarest Myers Briggs
makes sense.
personality too.
Wow.
But she like I told you the first night I met her, she gave me a personality test, a left brain or right brain test, and a Myers Briggs.
Kim loves an assessment.
She does, and
so
she's like,
funny.
"You are the rarest anomaly that I have ever met." And I was like, "Oh, okay, great. Are we going on a second date?"
Wow.
so funny.
cool.
But I feel like it was very like informative and like I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. You know what I mean? Like I feel like because I can't wait. If I set my mind to something and say it out loud, like it's like in writing, in stone, like I
Yeah, you
can't let
can't
it
wait.
go. I
Right.
can't let it go.
Yeah.
Like when I said it at the gym to her, we're doing a podcast, we're gonna do it. I was like, ask your place, see if they're into it. I'm like, and let's go.
So,
and like literally
yeah.
like once she said we got the okay, I like wrote the whole season like within like 3 days,
Oh my
literally.
God. See, that's the manifest.
the manifest. But you validated it too, and I think it's so interesting, like from a parenting perspective too, to like have this information. Like, don't you feel like having it for your kids or like
yes.
knowing, like
Oh,
being
my
able to
goodness.
validate that?
As soon as I found out what my kids were, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Now I get, because there's a lot of traits that
Yes.
we all have these, these very unique and quirky traits about us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And
so
like
To
looking in the
validate it
mirror
as, like,
at
this
my
is part of
child
yourself. Yeah.
is like
No, it's true.
tough. It's
Yeah.
a tough thing. I will tell you. Like I literally have myself looking at me in the mirror with my
Yeah.
daughter.
Wow.
And it's eye opening and I'm learning a lot about myself
gosh.
and my
She's like a
child.
mirror for
She
you.
is a mirror. And I remember my mom saying to me, like, may you have a daughter just like you one day, because I was a lot of work. But when I actually do have a child like because maybe I'm like my mom too, I don't know. But looking at her, I'm like, I don't know what our teenage lives are going to be like, but I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
You have
I'm
the
nervous
awareness,
about
though,
it, but I
right?
have the
Yeah.
awareness now, and I'm able to more effectively parent her, knowing how she responds to different things, which I think does make it
and
easier.
allow her to be who she
Is, yes, and
That's
not
the
stifle
thing.
it, and not
Thing.
stifle it, which is
Totally.
so hard in like our typical
right.
in school.
I'm
sometimes
not trying to
Yeah.
change her or tell her
Yeah.
that she should be doing something different. I mean, we have to guide our kids, but really they need to learn from their own experiences.
They do.
Make their own, go on their own path. They're being guided too. We're all being guided.
Totally.
So
I mean, she listens to herself pretty well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that it's a good thing, and it's also a bad thing. You know what I mean? Because like I want her to trust her own intuition, but sometimes she's like feels like she's so right, and she like has it all answered and it's good, and I'm like, no, girl, you're wrong. Like, no, that's not it.
Yeah.
But like her intuition is so strong. It's hard to like guide her in the right direction when she believes in her own intuition. And there may be parts of it that are guiding her that way.
And sometimes you have to make mistakes. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Or like figure it out.
But you also want to you know what I mean? Guide them in a way that they're not getting in trouble, or, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I think it's especially hard too, because like what you were talking about, how like we need to like parent them in the current world,
Yes.
right? Like how the world
And
is
the
like
current
designed
world
right
is
now,
not designed for a
but
child.
also like the world is, to your point, changing so dramatically that like we also need to parent them for that world that we don't even really understand yet.
Yeah.
Right. And yes, we need to prepare. And they are more advanced than we are.
Totally.
So that is absolutely
Yeah.
true. When they came onto this planet, they came in a higher frequency, right?
Yes.
So
Yep.
we are catching up.
Yeah.
Right? So we're
It feels like that all the time.
Yeah, I feel like that. You're
my
right.
kids are doing a lot better than I am. I can tell you that.
yeah.
Just because like they, they are going through their own experiences. I have let them sort of, my ex-husband and I, that we've been parenting our kids just to, what feels right to you,
Yeah.
I don't think you need this, that, or that, the other thing, but if you if you feel called to be doing that. My 17-year-old son now, he's just like, honestly, he's the manifester. I don't really tell him anything to do. Like,
He just
nothing.
does it on his
No,
own.
he actually lives in Maine. You know, he kind of
living his
lives on
life.
his own, to be honest. Like, you know,
It's funny
a
that
lot
you
of
say
times.
that. I mean, I went to
Not
college.
really.
Like when I was like
You're there for him. No, no.
my
Conscious
parents got
parenting
divorced
decision.
when I was 17.
Sometimes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the same time, like the same age, basically. And basically, they went at opposite. My dad moved down to Florida. My mom moved out to Canada with her new husband. And I was at college.
Yeah.
And I was on my own. And I never went back.
Yeah.
I had my own apartment in Boston. Like, I literally was
It's
like,
a
nope.
manifester thing.
I was like, I'm doing this on my own. I don't need anyone.
Well, because I know he's so guided. He's just, you know, he's got his
Yep.
got it down. I mean, we're all learning. We all learn through our experiences.
I mean, it
trials,
wasn't like
tribulations.
easy, but I
Yeah.
did it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I feel like, but that was because there was no other choice. I was like, I have to do this. I'm not going to fail. And if I have to work
But
3
do you
jobs
also
to do it, I
feel
will.
like it was the right thing for you?
It definitely
for your
was. Like, if
growth?
I had
Yeah.
stayed at home, I probably would have been living in my mom's house forever. You know what I mean? Like, because
Yeah.
I basically, my mom like did everything for my brother and I. So if she was still married to my dad, she still would have been cleaning up my room, like doing everything.
Yeah.
And when all of that changed, it was like, oh, I have to do everything now.
do everything.
But I was
Yeah.
like, okay with it. I was like, I knew how to
Yeah.
do it because I watched my mom do it all those years. So I was like, okay. So like, yes, I could say like, oh, that was a terrible time for me. Like I had to do everything myself. But if I had to change anything, I probably would not have,
Yeah.
because I probably wouldn't have been who I am. I probably would have been still living at home. You know what I mean? Honestly. I mean, I told you, I never wanted to even get my license. My dad was like, you're getting your license. I'm not cutting you. Because everyone drove me around everywhere.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to drive. I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
But then, you know, when my dad was like, no, you're getting a license. We're not going to drive you anywhere. And I was like, well, all right, fine. So I finally got it. But like, I feel like if
So you
it's
needed some direction.
some direction. Yeah. But like once I had it, I was like, okay, good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you were good.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. So no, I feel like we're all moving into this very synchronistic flow, but
Yeah.
it's a
It's a process. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
So the planet thing, like, or the shift, is that supposed to end
I know what
or
I was, it's
no?
not ending.
No. Why?
So I know what I was going to say.
Yes.
So since we were on the subject of human design. So yes, we are changing so much, and it's there's different schools of thought in terms of, I personally believe that, so 2026, 2027 are supposed to be huge years of transformation for the the
Everything.
collective.
Yeah.
Right. And so we've been preparing for this. I mean, there's a lot of things on earth that it's been happening. People have been put into certain, positions or whatnot, creating certain systems to prepare for this. But big deal, because there is the human design, the species of the human being is actually changing. Okay. So, to where, now this is just what I understand. And this came from the human design system when it was channeled in 1987, but there's let's call it a new order of species coming in. Now, humans, like it's still human, but the new human, so to speak, will not be controlled by the society that we live in. So they will
Could
be
see that.
designed
Yeah.
to literally follow their design. And you see how that's been a process for us, and even our kids to
follow
into
your own
the
heart, basically.
And you see it with like teachers. I see a lot, like teachers being like, "Oh, like what used to work doesn't work." Like this immediately. What
it's
because
not
they're
gonna
not,
work.
Yeah.
they're not
Just thinking of their
just
dance teacher.
taking everyone's word for it anymore. They're like, no,
Well,
it doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
just not
they
wired
are
that way.
just not going to be wired that way.
Yeah.
So it's in an extreme way. So I think for those in apparently people, babies that come into this world in beginning of 2027, right? That's the whole biological chart of the human being actually changes.
Whoa,
So
that's
we're
so
evolving.
cool. Yeah.
We're evolving. It's just evolution, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting.
So it's a good thing, I think, that we're changing, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's for the better, you know, and instead of like
Totally.
people like, you know, going into a field that they are maybe not designed to be in.
That's
you know
the
what I mean?
thing.
Like you
people
were
like
in
you
your
would be a
corporate
top
world. Same with
host
me.
by
I was in
now.
my,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden you have like a midlife crisis and you're like, this is not what I want to do.
Right.
You know,
That-
like
yes, we don't
this
have
is
to do
not
the
going to
midlife
happen to
crisis.
people anymore. They're going to actually go into something that they want to do.
Yes.
And I think a lot of the Montessori schools that, you know, all the bazillionaires send their kids to, like we almost sent Arabella she went to Telstra Conservatory when she was young. It was like an
Yes.
arts and music school, which she absolutely loved. But they only go to kindergarten there. And
My
Beckett went there
sister-in-law
too.
Taught there.
Oh, really? I love it.
really?
I
Yeah.
loved it. It was the most wonderful school. But then we were like, now what?
Yeah.
She needs structure. So the Montessori dynamic is not really that great for my child because she does need that
Yeah.
more structured, but she doesn't need it as structured as public school or any other school.
Right.
You know, she goes to Catholic school now, which is they have a good mix of both. I do wish it was a little less structured for her and there was more like, but they do have now OT there, which she goes a couple times a week. You know, they do a zip line. It's like 2 hours a day. Like it's pretty intense, which is great. So, and they have the most powerful, amazing women working there. It's like a school of women, like very boss, like perfect, like amazing teachers there. I really love the teachers and the administration and the principal's great too. I just feel like it's a good school for her, but like I feel like all the Montessori schools that all the billionaires send their kids to, there's a reason for that because traditional school does not teach kids how to function in a world
Right.
like it's going to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
And you can see those breakdowns happening now.
Yes.
And it would be interesting to see, how
Yeah.
it continues to evolve.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And those kids will be much more successful than any kid in public school going for 7 hours a day sitting at a desk.
Those kids won't even be in school.
No.
That's-
They will drop. A lot of them will
they'll
drop
be like,
out.
They'll be like apprentices. Like
Oh,
they'll
yeah,
be-
yeah,
they'll
yeah.
be
Yes,
learning
yes.
through
Like a really
life.
different-
Yes, they're going to learn how to
Different
use
type of
life skills.
learning.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I just feel like it's
They
a better
won't.
model for children these days.
Yeah.
You
It'll
know?
be interesting too to see because I feel like a big part of why kids even go to traditional school is because parents have to work. Like, right, there's like just realities that exist.
I mean, in Montessori
in
schools,
the
it's
world
more
right
expensive,
now.
right?
Yeah, there's just that. So it'll be interesting too because you see so much changing around like how people work
Yeah.
too, and like how people are being called to work, or I don't know. It's just it's definitely a
Yeah.
very transformational time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so many
Which
is
different
so
types
exciting.
of jobs.
it is. It's cool, right?
too.
Yeah, it just can
You
feel
know?
very
Yeah.
unsettling. Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like now though, there's so many different stuff that you could do. Like there's TikTok, there's influencers, there's people who make money like just by being live or doing a podcast or like
Exactly.
whatever it is
Yeah.
that you decide to do. There's so many different avenues now. Like
So
it's so
many.
different.
It's funny.
Yes.
I'm reading this book called The Midnight Library. I don't know if you guys have read it. By Matt Haig. It's my book club book, and I read it a few years ago. But basically, I won't give away the book. But the premise is just like that. Like there's just endless universal possibilities for life. Like you
Yeah.
just don't like. And I feel like now, like for so long, people weren't tapping into it. It was like you did this or you did this. But now it's like just there's this endless possibilities.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. Which is,
Yeah.
it's very exciting. This
Yeah.
whole,
It is exciting.
Yeah.
we're entering a whole new world,
Yeah.
whole new earth.
A whole new earth.
That's what they
Yeah.
call it. The new earth.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah.
Well, this has been awesome.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. And if I know so many people listening will be like, hey, I need extra support. So do you want to tell them a little bit more about Mine at Mist and where they can find you?
Sure. Yes. We just actually got a phone number today.
Well, you have an Instagram.
Amazing. Well, yeah.
Mine at Mist.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
We'll put the phone number
MINOT.
and everything in the show notes too.
Okay.
So people
Yes.
can like access all that information
yes,
and the
so
website.
Minot is spelled MINOT MIST .com. So you can go there. You can email us at info@minotmist.com. And
And I have a phone.
Yeah. And you do events too, right? You have the offsite facility, the Gulf River Island.
Yes, we
Yeah.
have a retreat property.
Retreat property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
gorgeous. Like
I heard about it. I've
amazingly
never been yet.
beautiful. There's even goats.
Yeah,
Oh.
so we have a lot of space here, which has been created to facilitate this synchronistic flow in this collaborative way, and working with people and just growing into our sense of being. So we would love for you to come join us, even and just to see what it's all about. So yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Do you love the Namaste in No Way podcast and want to help it grow? As an early listener, we want to say thank you. Truly, your messages, your laughter, your same girl same moments, they mean everything to us. And now we want to invite you into something a little deeper. We're opening the doors to our Substack as founding members, and we'd love for you to join us. Here's what you'll get. Bi-weekly midlife mayhem letters from Melissa and/or Megan. Honest, unfiltered stories about the everyday chaos of being a midlife mom who's reinventing herself in real time. Monthly new moon rituals from me, perfect for our Namaste crowd or even the Namaste curious. Simple, grounding practices that you can weave into your everyday life. The No Way Confession box is your chance to drop your most hilarious, cringeworthy, or did that actually happen moments? We'll share a few anonymously on our socials because sometimes the only way through the midlife madness is to laugh. Hard. And new for 2026, we'll be hosting quarterly roundtable calls, which are a live Zoom hang where we can chat with you just like we do on the podcast. Real talk, real connection, real community. If you love what we're creating and want to be a part of the inner circle, come join us on Substack as a founding member. We can't wait to deepen this wild, honest journey with you. Thanks for joining us today. We know your time is valuable and probably interrupted, so we're grateful to be a part of your chaos.
Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next episode.
Leave us a review if you loved it. Or even if you didn't, we can take it. We've survived toddler tantrums.
Barely. Namaste, bitches.